What is going on, guys? Today we have 2007 E70. We have the problem with the second stage brake lights, which is not working correctly. Also, the little tubing stuff is not working either. So I want to check it out, what is going on with that. The stage one have some pretty good problems, because E70s from the 2007 all the way to 2009 had some issues with the wiring and some other stuff. So I will show you exactly why it's not working, the brake lights. I purchased the car 2 years ago, and basically since then I never had the brake light working on either side, only the stage 2. Stage 2 is the top one, the stage 1 is the bottom one, which is the main source of light for the brake signal, as well as the lower here we have our running light. Actually, the running light is going to be that tube in here. Anyway, with no further ado, let's remove the light. For that job, we're gonna need a little bit of sandpaper, knife or a pin tool, ratchet, and the 8mm socket. Also the WD-40 and the microfiber towel or any type of towel. On either of side we have a door. Pull it out. The same way on the passenger side, it's blocked by the one wheel, but the same kind of principle. So from that perspective, you can see a couple screws, which is one located right over here at the outer side, then the second one at the top right here, and the last one right at the end. There is only 3 bolts, and they carry it with the 8mm socket. Simply what you want to do, it's a crank it loose, just couple turns, and then just finger it out. So the bolts are loose. We can actually disconnect the connector. We should have done it very at the start. With that, we have a little knob which is protected by the little cover here, and you have to slide your finger inside and pull it out the connector. They're kind of tough, but as far as you can see, this knob can be reached from the back as well. And then, like I said, you just finger it out. Next step is gonna be removing the headlight. It is as simple as just wiggle it a couple times and just pull it out. I would suggest you to put a towel underneath, and we're gonna need a towel for another reason as well. So the top one, it's the stage 2 brake light, which as you can see, it's covered in some kind of tape. That was initially me, cause it's got all type of burnouts, and that plastic started like collapsing, and it's not capable to hold in the light bulb, the fixture itself. So I managed to do it this way. How to replace the top one? You basically pull it out the fixture itself and pull out the bulb, as simple as it could be. So the next step, I would suggest you to clean all of those connections with just a little bit of sandpaper. If you don't want to use the sandpaper, that's fine. I understand that. So with that being said, you simply remove the connector, take the pliers and tighten it up, all of those like the teeth. There is 2 of them. So you push them down just a little bit, just enough to feel it's getting tight on the connector. So let's get into the stage 1 brake light. We wanted to turn it counterclockwise and then just pull it out. I already fixed the problem yesterday. Unfortunately, I deleted the video somehow. And as you can see, it's a little hole in there. There is not supposed to be a hole in there. There was a whole bunch of black residue, burnout or oxidation or whatever was going on in there, and the same kind was on a light bulb itself. With that, I just took the sand block and basically sanded that connector here. Also, you can use your construction knife or whatever and try to just lever the connectors itself, because they sit at really low. You wanted to kind of bend them back and make them kind of spring a little more. So the next step, what you want to do, is basically going to be a bunch of stuff, bunch of oxidation here. There was the same plastic pin here, but since it was overheating or whatever was happening here, or just material gets really old, it start getting oxidized, plastic, everything. You want to get your construction knife or a pin tool and start scraping that residue out. Basically you can simply drill it out, the oxidation, whatever stuff was on it, and that's gonna fix the problem. Afterward, you use your sand block or just get the sandpaper in your hand, spray a little bit of WD-40 and sand it down the surface area here. What I did, I choose the clean side, compare the burn side to the point, to the position of where was that oxidation, and you simply pop it back on, lock it, and install in the assembly, and it should work. And by tightening, they really has to be like not tight. So the last step is connecting back the harness, which is slide it back in, and voila. Get your flashlight out of there, pop the cover back. And there you have it. With such manipulation, it was super easy to fix that type of issue. Do it with the both sides, the driver and the passenger, and you're gonna get your results. There is really not a lot of time you have to spend with that stuff. Anyway, with no further ado, I'm gonna jump and gonna replace that rear windshield wiper, which is the next video gonna be right about that. Anyway guys, if you like the video, please put the thumbs up button there, subscribe my channel, and leave me a comment below. I'll see you in the next one.